Yeah, hi everybody. I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL IBT. I was doing a live stream earlier today, and I didn't have enough time. I had to start my TOEFL class at 9 o'clock, so I did have a question by one of my online TOEFL students I wanted to focus on right now. And it's a grammar question. All right, so let's take a look at it here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to screen capture. Hope you guys can see this okay. So the person says perceptual constancy is a capacity to recognize an object no matter from which point of view we see it. Then we have perceptual constancy is a capacity to recognize an object no matter which point we see it from. You said, or instead of no matter, which I think is a little bit informal, you say perceptual constancy is a capacity to recognize an object in spite of the point of view we see it from. And then you have this one. Perceptual constancy is a capacity to recognize an object in spite of the point from we see it. This is the one that is not correct. You can't do this one. We'll talk about this in a minute. So before I forget, maybe we should make this red so we can remember that this is the incorrectly written sentence. Now the other ones, let's see what your question is. You say, certainly all sentences I think are wrong. I wouldn't say, might say this, because I've never read something about how to use prepositions at the end of a sentence. Just in articles or books, it's common to put them at the end of a sentence. It seems to be very useful. However, I'd like to ask you if it is recommended to do it or is it too informal. Finally, in case that knowing how to use prepositions at the end of a sentence is useful, could you explain some grammar rules about how to use it, or how you want to say how I can search about it in Google with what name? Here's probably what you want to look at to get more information here. Relative clauses and prepositions. Probably something like that. Now let's look at the sentences that that you wrote here. Okay, so I'm going to say that the very first one that you wrote is the most formal. Right here, and it's correct. So perceptual constancy is a capacity to recognize an object no matter, and it means here we see the object from a point of view, right? I think that's kind of what we're trying to say. Now then the next one, I think this is probably the next one, which is a little bit less formal. So whenever you're putting the preposition before the adjective clause, that's going to make it more formal. In this case, you have perceptual constancy is a capacity to recognize an object no matter which point we see it from. That would be less formal. And then this one, We have perceptual consonancy is a capacity to recognize an object in spite of the point of view we see it from. This is the least formal, right? That's going to be the least formal of the ones that you have used. And then you have this one, perceptual consonancy is a capacity to recognize an object in spite of the point from we see it. You're missing that connector, so you can't really omit the adjective clause connector here because it's functioning more as an object type pronoun. So this one would actually be less correct, right? Now to help answer your question that you're asking me, all sentences are wrong? No, that's false. All of the sentences that you wrote are correct except for the one that I put in red here. Everything else is correct. Now, if you're doing writing, academic writing, let's talk about the TOEFL for a minute. So for sure, I think with the integrated speaking and the integrated writing task, you're summarizing, explaining other people's points of view. I think being more formal is probably better in those cases. So I would recommend putting a tie on the sentence just like you did here. So I would recommend this more for integrated speaking and integrated writing than the other ones that you put, either this sentence or the one below. You can use these during the independent and the independent speaking and writing tasks because that's more personal experience related, and you can probably be a little bit less formal in those cases. That would be my comments on that. Does that make sense? So then relative clauses and prepositions. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go into Google here and let me see if I can actually find a good website for you that will help you in this area here. So hold on a quick minute. So if I go to Google, let's see what we can find here. I'm going to type in some keywords to see if they work. So I'll say prepositions and relative clauses. Yeah, this is it. So we found that I gave you the right keywords here. So when you're going to Google, use prepositions and relative clauses, I think, as keywords. Now, if you want to review the lesson in my online TOEFL course, go to the lesson titled Adjective Clauses. Now, if you don't find anything there, then go over to Google. That's probably going to be your best bet. All right? That's kind of what I recommend there. All right? Okay, let me go ahead now. I'm going to go back to my email. So I wanted to answer that question right there. So I'm done with that. I'm going to go back to my email and continue to clear out my messages here. One of my students, he just did independent writing practice test 3. I'm going to go ahead and send this over to my teaching assistant who will read and score that. And the guy was asking the grammar question. I'm going to tell him to go to my YouTube channel to get the answer. I just answered Okay, he'll check that out. Let me keep going. Okay, speaking practice here. Whenever I get speaking practice from my students, and trust me, I get a lot, I put them in a certain folder, and then I will listen to them. Okay, I got a Facebook message. Somebody wants to join my online TOEFL course. Somebody called me. Wow. Okay, I'll say by going here. I apologize. I've kind of turned the chat off over at Livestream. My schedule is very tight right now. I don't have time to answer a lot of questions, so I'm just going straight through my emails. So I'm going to go ahead and send a quick message to this student. So he wants to join my online TOEFL course. Somebody else is going to pay for it, so I'm going to send him a link that he can go to actually join the course and make the payment. And I know a lot of people at YouTube don't want to pay for an online TOEFL course, but the operating cost of my course in 1 month is over $500 a month. So I can't just have a whole bunch of free people get into my website. I have to be able to charge some money there to help get back my expenses. But if you guys really think about it, my course is almost free. It's only $45 a month, and you can get speaking and writing feedback on a day-to-day basis. I mean, what other website allows you to do that? So if you want to look at it like that, it is almost free.
Millions of students annually take the TOEFL exam to demonstrate their academic English language proficiency.
Okay, so I got the link. I'm going to send him to the link where it says join. Join now. There it is. Just on that one page, I have 2,088 comments. Okay, let's go back. So I'm going to my Facebook, making a message here. Okay, good. So we keep going through the emails here. All right, see what we have. Hi everybody watching. Looks like Titila, Farabi, and Srikanth. How you guys doing? I got to turn the chat off. I apologize. I'm just so busy. I got to get this stuff done. Somebody wants to add me at Facebook. I will do that. Okay, somebody else wants to join my course. It's crazy. It says My academic professor is going to pay your course requirements from Scotland Andrew University. I will send your online information through the mail. Wow. It's crazy. To learn about payment options, I'm going to just tell them to go here. Yeah, if you guys watching at YouTube, if you are interested in being able to get speaking and writing feedback and you're serious about improving in those two areas, go over to my website at onlinetoeflcourse.com. You can learn more about what my options are. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're good. Okay, I have a writing practice test that needs to be graded, so I'm going to send this over to my teaching assistant. Believe it or not, I'm down to 90 emails. After all of that, I'm still making very slow progress here. More speaking practice. Okay, somebody just joined my course. I'm going to send that over to my teaching assistant. Okay, we got more speaking practice. Okay, I think we got it. All right, now let's go in. Let's see how many I just put in my speaking folder here. Wow, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 practice tests that I need to start grading. Looks like 2 of them are the same. And typically what I like to do is I grade them in the order that they were sent. So I have practice tests sent to me from Wednesday, and also from Tuesday. So the Tuesday ones I'm going to listen to first, and then if I have time, I'll listen to the other ones. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Khaled, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And let's listen to your integrated speaking number 20.
The professor talks about the tornado's genesis, which is the process of formation of tornadoes, and he goes through three theories.
No, I did this one. So I think I'm done with that one. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, here's the next one. Alright, hi there Shri, and I am Michael, and I'm going to listen to your independent or integrated speaking practice. Oh, it's independent speaking practice test number 10.
I'm a stay-home.
Okay, so let's take a look at what this question is, first of all. Okay, so it's number 10. So we have, which do you like to travel or stay at home when taking a vacation? I like both, believe it or not. I like to sometimes stay at home, and let's see how this person answered this question.
And I work around the clock I'm a stay-home mom, and I work around the clock to complete the daily household chores. So during vacation time, I would definitely like to travel rather than sitting at home.
I'd like to travel rather than sit at home, because you said to travel and to sit. So when you're using that conjunction, you want to use infinitives on both sides. So that is a parallel structure problem that you just have.
This is because this is the only time that I get to relax myself.
Okay, now when you say time, the T, you want to pronounce that with a little more air. So it's time.
That is, I will not have to get tense thinking about completing the laundry or finishing the dishes, making food, etc. For example,
Okay.
last Christmas vacation, our family went to Florida for 10 days, and never even once I had to think about getting up early or preparing the food, and thus it was very relaxing.
Wow, that was pretty good. I liked how I work around the clock. So you're saying as a stay-at-home mom, it's true that everything is, it's never finished. I mean, you clean one room, your kids, if you have them, they mess it up. And then you clean another room and that becomes messed up. So it's just a constant battle to keep the house clean, get ready for all the meals and all that stuff. I hear you 100%. Okay, on this one, let's take a look at the rubrics here. Okay, I want to make sure I give you an accurate score here. So let's go to the independent speaking topics here. You see what we have here. So, okay, so delivery. You had a little bit of trouble with maybe the T. You just want to make sure you're pronouncing that consonant sound. You're pronouncing it with more air. Language use, you had a parallel structure problem that I pointed out, but other than that, I think you have pretty good control of your grammar and your vocabulary. And I also like the use of around the clock. That's kind of an idiom. It means that you work all the time, right? Topic development, I think you had an organized response along with some supporting detail. So I'm going to put you at about 24 to 26 points on this. I think it's possible you could get a score of 4 on this one, despite some of the minor issues I pointed out. So very nicely done on that practice test. So I'm going to go ahead and send her, this student, a message. Okay, here we go. Let's continue onward. There we go. And somebody tried to call me here. How does that work? Is it Facebook? What's going on over there? Okay, let's see how this works. Somebody tried to call me at Facebook. I'm going to return the call. I don't even know how this works. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm trying it out right now. See what happens. Who knows? It said it's connecting. Hey, is that Shrikant?
Yes, right, sir.
What's going on? So you called me 3 minutes ago.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
It says,
hi, sir.
how's it going? I didn't even know you can use Facebook. How do you use Facebook to call somebody? I don't even know how it works.
It's a top right corner, sir. We have a call button and a video call button, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what's going on over there?
Sir, I was very, sir, I was very happy that I improved my listening section, sir.
All right, good. All right. Yeah, I'm going to class at noon, so I got about 5 minutes here. I can't talk very long, so how are your studies going right now?
Super, sir.
All right. Do you know that we're on a live stream at YouTube right now?
Yes, sir.
So,
I know, sir, that YouTube is a live stream, sir, so I'm calling, sir.
all right. Well, you have a good day. I'm going to go back to grading, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Nice to talk with you. And you are from India, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I live in California.
I know, sir. You are doing live stream, sir.
Yeah. In fact, I'm in my office right now here at Cal State. You don't even want to see my office. It's terrible. It's really messy. Let me show you this. This is terrible. Never have your office like this. Look at this. It's a mess. It's terrible.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
okay, well,
Yes, sir.
yeah, good talking to you. I'm gonna go back to grading, okay? Bye-bye.
Sir, I done very well in the listening section, sir, without taking any notes, sir.
Yeah? Keep working
Sir,
hard.
I done very well in the listening section, sir, without taking any notes, sir.
All right. Hey, did you send me speaking practice for today?
Sir, you told to do intonation lessons, no, sir, because I just done, sir, previously.
Okay. Let me look at my email, see if I have anything
After
from
that,
you. Let me check.
after completing that intonation, I will send to tomorrow, sir.
Okay. Well, that'll work. No, you do have something here. No, I got a message from you yesterday. Oh, I got it.
Sir,
Oh, no, this is somebody else. I got it mixed up. This is somebody else. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any idea how you were able to call me like this, but so you called me via Facebook? Is that how, is Facebook, is kind of like Skype? Is that what that is?
yes, sir. It is same like Skype, sir.
The same thing. Wow, it's crazy. Technology.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
old.
sir. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about technology. I mean, look at me. Come
Real
on.
crazy, sir.
I'm 51 years old. How am I talking to you from India right now on Facebook? I don't get it. How's that work?
Really working, sir. Technology have improved, sir.
Yeah, I guess it has. It's, okay, well, have a good day, okay?
And you are changed a lot, sir. You done haircut and you are totally cleaned up over your face.
My website, I'm not sure if I'm getting you right here. No, my website is a disaster right now. I have serious database problems. I cannot solve them. I have been trying to solve these problems for 3 weeks. I'm not kidding you. It's killing me. Killing me. If you know anybody who knows computers, who's a developer, I need to take my website, the 7-step system, I have to upgrade it on the new server. I can't even make a backup. The website's too big. I got big problems. Terrible problems. You can see when you go to my website, you see all this stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Man. So I don't know what to do. I'm trying to fix it though. All right, Shrikant.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I gotta go, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, let me see. Is that it? Here we go. I just talked to somebody. I don't know how that worked. I just talked to one of my students at Facebook. We talked to each other, and my knowledge is not very good when it comes to computers, but that was actually kind of a fun experience. Anyway, I got to go to class now, so bye-bye.